Breathe a sigh of relief. You made it to Strongly Financial, a weekly live web series dedicated to elevating your financial literacy and cultivating your overall health and well-being. Your co-hosts are Dr. Michael A. Wright and Leonard. Their respective expertise in holistic wellness and financial consulting positions them perfectly to guide you toward optimal well-being and unrivaled financial success. Please allow me to introduce them further. The incomparable Leonard. As a credit guru, Mr. Leonard has dedicated himself to fostering financial literacy in students of all ages. He has developed a comprehensive credit awareness curriculum that is suitable for elementary, high school, and college students. Mr. Leonard has traveled the country, providing credit awareness seminars to high schools, colleges, churches, and private organizations. Mr. Leonard has worked tirelessly with federal credit agencies, financial services, and real estate agencies, earning a strong reputation for his professionalism and expertise. Mr. Leonard is committed to educating and training consumers as well as assisting them practically to fix their credit. The company he founded, Financial Services Unlimited, offers credit consultation, credit services, and financial services including insurance for financial repair and wealth management. Join his supportive online community, FSU team, empowering you to take control of your financial future. Dr. Michael A. Wright. Dr. Michael A. Wright is a highly accomplished and respected professional in the fields of social work, coaching, publishing, and consulting. With a wealth of experience and expertise, he has dedicated his career to helping individuals and organizations achieve their goals and make a positive impact in their communities. As the CEO and lead executive coach at More Media Group, Dr. Wright specializes in helping individuals tell their stories and translate their ideas into capital. With interventions based on his signature contribution, creating opportunities and changing horizons, the coach method, he continues to focus on trauma-informed, holistic, and transformational approaches to personal and professional development. Join the vibrant online community at wealthcarebymoremedia.com, where he promotes practical habits of health in 4 key domains: brain, body, mind, and spirit. And I am your virtual host, Bartholomew Socrates. You can call me Bart. I introduce the ideas, the segments, and the opportunities as we explore the intersection of health and wealth weekly on Strongly Financial.
I absolutely love that intro. The most fun I have every week is probably watching Bart do his thing. If you are in the loop, you know that Bart has come out with some other new things. He has developed a life of his own. I think at some point he's going to have his own show. So I'm looking forward to that because this boy is always clean. He had on his white suit in the promo. In the other thing, he had on a tan suit or something going on. I'm just really excited about that. And you have found your way into Strongly Financial. Let's see if I got my brother on, Leonard. There he is. What's going on, my friend?
What's happening, my brother?
We are doing some big things. Oh, I see what's on your desk. I see what you into.
Oh yeah.
You got. Look, go on, pull it up. Go on, show it to the camera. We have no shame in our plugs.
None whatsoever. Here. None whatsoever. Definitely.
Brand Awareness, the 2nd edition. Yeah, folks got to pick that up.
Yes, definitely pick that up. I'm trying to switch to my computer. If you can let me in on that side.
Yeah.
I think that I can see more of bigger screen doing it that way.
It's to add in another.
So I'll cut this one off.
Okay. Yep. So today we're talking about this topic of this came to mind because of discussions that I am having during the week. And there are two pieces in my mind as I'm looking at my notes. The topic is time, money, and a growth mindset. And it really has to deal with this idea that I am just not seeing that people are making the time to make these things happen. What do you think about that? So the big thing is you've got to really make time. And there's a larger discussion we can have about creating space, which is the health and wellness, especially mental health and emotional health approach to this. Creating space for yourself, creating space for your learning and your experience, for your truth. But right now, I'm literally just talking about making the time to get the training and the support that you need. I always tell people, if you spend an hour with me, you're going to gain multiple hours, because instead of you beating your head against the wall, getting frustrated, going and self-medicating, you're going to be able to find peace and find support that's going to get you outlined for a better opportunity and a greater trajectory. So as we get into talking about this with our timely tips, I want you to look for that opportunity to make the time, which is going to help you to make the money. And that together, that construct is called a growth mindset. So we're going to get into that today. So that's really where we are.
All right. I missed everything you just said, but that's okay.
Did you switch? No.
Yeah.
You switch. Oh, you didn't switch it?
Well, I must have had the one from last week because I can see my face, but it says ended an hour and 1 minute.
That's what it is. Yeah, it's for last week.
Oh, okay. All right, we good. Let's roll.
Yeah. So if you switch it out, we're about to go into Bart and our sponsor for this week. So we're going to talk about. I'm going to put the sponsor up for the timely tip segment. Is the Coach Matrix. That's a 3-minute commercial. Here we go.
Okay.
Before we get into timely tips, we can say it one of two ways. Option one, you're standing in your own way. You are the bottleneck. Or option two, you're standing in between your present struggle and your future contentment. You are the breakthrough. Both statements hold true, but they diverge in perspective. They also influence how you perceive your past, present, and future. By adopting a trauma-informed approach that acknowledges you as a complex adaptive system, you can unravel the enigma that is your unique self and identify choices aligned with your sustainable development. In other words, you can answer the tough questions. Who am I? What do I want from life? Who is my tribe? The approach is readily available. It's called the Coach Method. It's created by me, Dr. Michael A. Wright. However, the effectiveness of any intervention ultimately relies on your perspective and the lens through which you see the world. Coach Matrix recognizes that you may not currently possess the empowerment to shape your perspective or color your path within the confines of predefined boundaries. With the support of the Coach Matrix community, you'll sharpen the tools and leverage the guidance needed to navigate your journey towards personal and professional growth. By unleashing your potential and harnessing your natural capacity for change and integration, you can create a present of fulfillment and a future of consistency. Coach Matrix is empowerment. Informed by the well-researched Matrix 5x5 program, Coach Matrix empowers you to identify capacity, harness capability, embrace joy, and foster creativity. You will unlock your full potential and achieve the transformative outcomes you seek. So let's get you empowered. Matrix 5x5 is the program of systematic evolution. Coach Matrix is the community of support. It's all here at coachmethod.com. And with that, we take you into our timely tips. Thank you to our sponsor, coachmethod.com and the Coach Matrix group. And we'll go right into timely tips. I see Ali is ready, chomping at the bit to get in on this timely tip. So let's get into it.
Timely tips. Get help for the trauma, the tedious tasks, and the money. You were right. You were not meant to just eat, sleep, and work. But you are having trouble with the cheat codes and life hacks left to self-medicate with weekend wastes that are destructive to your body and finances. Seeking help is not a sign of weakness, but a wise strategy for organizational and personal growth. By enlisting the support of professionals, you can effectively address various aspects of your life. If you've experienced trauma, a skilled coach can provide the guidance and tools necessary for healing and resilience. To free up your valuable time, consider leveraging the power of virtual assistants who excel at efficiently tackling tedious tasks. Additionally, partnering with a knowledgeable financial advisor can optimize your monetary resources, paving the way for financial stability and growth. In this era of technological advancement, don't disregard the potential of artificial intelligence, AI, as it continues to revolutionize industries. Explore how implementing AI solutions can enhance your career, simplify your daily tasks, and streamline your life. Embrace the opportunity to seek professional assistance and leverage AI to maximize your potential and attain a harmonious and joyful reclamation of time for living rather than simply existing.
Thank you for that, Bart. I see how Bart tried to throw in artificial intelligence, just trying to come in with a little shout out to himself. But I know you are using some version of Chat GPT and some AI and some of the stuff that you're doing. Yeah. I know I definitely am utilizing it. I got the idea today to do ethical AI in higher education series because people are doing the same thing that we always do when new technology comes out. We're looking at what's the evils of it, and it's going to right. this up and take this away. And no, it's going to help us to do things better.
It is.
But the thing that I really want to talk about, and I want to get your feedback on, is this idea of people getting help. I know, and Financial Services Unlimited is the sponsor for our second session, the second segment on best practices. And we're going to talk about your training. And that's where this idea for today's episode came up, because I'm just finding the really encouraging sign is all the testimonials you have from your training and what people have done, what they've experienced, your business and how you've helped them with credit and that type of thing. And yet people are not taking advantage of not just AI, but virtual assistants, life coaches, therapists, financial coaches. Like, people are not making the time to get this help. And dude, the people are going to help you. They're going to make life easier. Get the help. Ali, you know where this comes from. Tell me where this comes from and how we can overcome it.
Well, I mean, a lot of it starts with the mindset of doing things individually. I can make it on my own. I can create on my own. But first, recognizing that you're lacking the skills or the knowledge to elevate to the next level. It's almost like, alcoholic or a drug person. I mean, they have to first admit that they have a problem. And most of us were not skilled in those areas when it comes to, getting help, actually professionally, whether it be a therapist, whether it be, a trainer, whether it be, a financial coach, life coach. And so, we are our own worst enemy. But we have to recognize that these people are there to help, to elevate you to that next level. And a lot of times, when it comes to the motivational part of it or holding you accountable, we as humans want the easy way out. Okay. We don't want to deal with, the hard part, the sacrifice, the discipline, the dedication that's going to take to get you to that next level. So having a coach is the individual that's going to make sure that you, when you want to quit or when you want to give up or when you feel it's too hard, that's going to push you and continue to monitor you so you can reach your ultimate goals. And that's the part that we kind of missing. We think we can do all this on our own, and we really can't.
Yeah, that's a huge piece. I shed that a long time ago, but I still have remnants of it in my life. Like, I just grew up that way. You found out a lot of us were just taught to do it by ourselves, right?
Right.
And then also some of us found out the hard way when we counted on somebody and they fell through for it. I have the saddest story ever about my father not showing up after promising to show up, and I'm standing at the doorway waiting on him.
Let's not go there.
Right? This is where it comes from. I mean, I'm supposed to save it for the third segment, but I'm telling you, this stuff is real out here. Like, that this comes from like real experiences, and people need to realize that you're not some isolated person who thinks that they're supposed to do it by themselves, and you're not right because every situation you've had to do it by yourself.
Right.
No, you can understand, you can comprehend a different way. And what I always tell people, I actually put some writing down today on a book called Black Sheep that I'm going to write. You got to learn how to vet people. Like, I might not be the best person to work with you.
Right.
Might not be the best person to work for you. That doesn't mean you got to do it by yourself.
Right.
No, you got to find the right team to work. That's
exactly. Yeah. And I tell people all the time that, I might not be the right fit for you, or you might not be the right fit for us. Mm-hmm. But we definitely want you to be able to find the individual that you can kind of grow with. Because the situation is not going to go away. It's not going to disappear. It's not going to evaporate. You ain't going to go to sleep and wake up and it's gone. It's going to be still there. So you're going to need to have somebody that can help and assist you. But our marriage might not work. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Which I'm okay with that. But I do suggest that individuals go and find somebody that can help elevate them to that next level.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. So what are the tips? I recognize in kind of looking over our last episodes, sometimes I give the tips very plainly, and other times I kind of just talk about them and we talk through them. But I want to make sure we put the tips out here very specifically. So let's run back through them. Number one, embrace professionals. The big thing about professionals is they have a code of ethics. So your vetting process can be about your personal fit.
Right.
And that's totally appropriate. So they have a code of ethics, which means they're not going to do anything crazy out of line and unethical. And if they do, you can report them. So
right. Yeah.
Moving on.
Yeah.
So embrace those professionals. You can go and get professional help. And make sure people do have professional credentials. You know, they like Ali's board certified. Like, don't just because they mom and them, recommended them. You know, I think a lot of people are not getting the most out of virtual assistants. Like, find people who can help you do the tedious tasks.
Yes,
a lot of your life is in those types of things. Some people, even DoorDash, even though I think it's an expensive habit, but if it's fitting within your budget to outsource your meal prep to that company or another company that we should look at for a sponsor before we say their name, to do your meal preps, then those are the types of things we mean by virtual assistants. It's not just the kind of quote unquote secretary type of help, but also it's help to maid service, things like that. You don't like to clean, you never fold your clothes, you got clothes sitting around, it's making you frustrated, it's affecting your mental health. Pay somebody $10 an hour.
Right.
They can come in there, they done clean up the whole kitchen and folded all the clothes, and what, for $10 in that hour? You thought it was going to take 6 hours because it takes you 6 days.
Right.
They like doing it.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. That's their job. For sure.
Optimize your financial resources, and that's specifically a shout out to Ali and the type of work that he does in his profession. This brother will get you outlined so that you can see how the finances work.
Yes. Yes.
And you just launched a Facebook group.
Yes, I did. Yes.
Engage people with this.
Yes.
So look out for that Facebook group. Connect and get the link for that. And then the last thing is, I think people need to recognize this AI stuff is not going away.
No, it's not. It's not.
So find ways to make it work for you. And there's so many different ways that you're already utilizing it. It was just under the surface.
Yes.
And people didn't tell you that it was AI. Even when you're doing the autocorrect on your phone, that's AI.
Right.
You've been using it. So explore some ways that it can work for you. And you're going to be in a really good place to save yourself some time and money. Go for it.
I just want to add something real quick when it comes to the AI part of it. I mean, individuals who don't take the time to learn it or to enhance it are going to be left behind, unfortunately. I heard something that AI is going to be taking over like 40 million jobs in the future, in the next 5 years. You know what I'm saying? So if you don't know, what that trend is going or how it's going, it can affect you, your job, your positions. You know what I'm saying? So you got to get on board, period.
Yeah. I mean, at this point, I just got a contract to do an AI prompt engineer training.
Wow.
To create the training. So it's serious out here. They're creating jobs in AI prompt engineer. And, for those of you who want to talk to me offline about that, do so. But the simple idea of an AI prompt engineer is that they're people who can engage the AI to ask it what needs to be asked in order to get the output that are needed specifically.
Right.
And that's a human job. Only humans can do that job. So
Yes.
That's something that's, to your point, Ali, it is something that is coming, replacing jobs, but also creating some new jobs.
Right.
All right, so get ready, Ali, because you are the man behind FSU Financial Services Unlimited, and you have a training coming up April 2nd. I've got a video promo of it, and the sponsor for best practices is FSU. Let's watch it.
Breathe a sigh of relief. You made it to
Sign up for the online course of the Credit Awareness Program, CAP for short, where participants explore key topics such as credit bureaus, credit reports, credit scores, debt elimination, and budgeting. Through a dynamic approach involving cognitive activities, effective reflections, and value integration exercises, learners will not only gain a comprehensive understanding of financial concepts, but also explore their broader implications in society. By examining the intersection of finance with justice, equity, and inclusivity, participants will develop a nuanced perspective on how financial decisions impact individuals and communities. Well, that all sounds impressive, but let's break it down. This program is designed to help you achieve more money in your pocket, get ahead of your bills, and have the confidence to walk into a dealership and have them ask you, which one do you want? Instead of, what do you want? Learn how to effectively manage your money and track your expenses to ensure financial success. In the bonus week, week 9, we'll cover the exciting topics of life insurance and investments to further enhance your knowledge and flexibility in your financial planning. Former students are saying that this course changed their financial options from dim and disaster to purpose and prosperity. They say it's the best investment you can make toward your financial success, short of hiring a personal finance coach. Enrollment is limited to 25 spots, so sign up early to secure your place. Take advantage of the special offer and get a 50% discount using the promo code SPRING50%, reducing the price from $3.99 from that regular price of $7.99. Hurry and register now at www.fsucredithelp.com/classes. Enrollment is on a first come, first served basis, so act fast and secure your spot today. Anything you want to add, Ali?
We have slots left. And we have about 2 weeks left. So like we stated, first come, first serve. This is a course that has, and I'm not just saying it because I'm giving it, but we have plenty of testimonies of people whose lives it has been changed by getting this knowledge and applying it. Now, just getting the knowledge and not applying it is not going to help you. You're going to have to apply it, but you're going to get the results that you're definitely looking for. So very excited about that. Very excited.
Very cool. And I think I missed it. How many slots you said are left?
15.
15. So yeah, that 25, that's rough on folks because they got to get busy now.
You got to get busy now.
That's exactly why I wanted to have this presentation tonight, because you have to make the time to get the knowledge that you need, because it's going to save you time and money in the future. So let's get Bart over here. Bart, you ready with the best practices presentation?
Best practices. Build a growth routine scheduling as needed. Enduring success will result from cultivating discipline and consistency through the strategic development of growth routines. Growth routines allocate dedicated time for crucial activities like self-care, exercise, networking, and ongoing education to propel yourself closer to your goals. You may not need a weekly service, but schedule as much as you need. Tailor your schedule to include meetings with helpers that set you up to optimize your productivity and effectiveness. Investing in the expertise of professionals yields returns that exceed their costs. Whether in maximizing tax efficiency, reducing transportation expenses, or enhancing time management, the best coaches and consultants make you more money than they take. Recognize that knowledge equates to power and assurance that your financial resources remain a potent tool for advancement. Embrace the synergy between your intention and the professional advice. Create effective routines to include strategic professional partnerships and fortify your position for sustained growth and prosperity.
So I think Bart's first thing was to just show off how he pronounces schedule as schedule. But anyway, let's not dwell too much on that. But I get the point, Bart. This big thing, you talked about this a lot. We talk about this a lot because it's just true. I remember when you set out to do the credit awareness book, you said the first thing people have to address, I can't even talk about credit yet. The first thing I need to talk about is mindset.
Yep, first thing.
And so we started our last segment with that, the growth mindset.
Right.
But I'm adding this new thing that I'm sure you know about, because this is right in your wheelhouse, the growth routine.
Yes.
Because like we've talked about before, it's got to be fit into. If you're going to have a growth mindset, well, you just said it in talking about the class. If people don't apply the knowledge,
yes,
what is it worth?
It's worthless.
And so growth routine is about applying the knowledge that you're picking up in all these different areas, whether it's time saving over here, getting therapy or getting coaching, financial coaching, life coaching, or sitting down and working the plan of your financial literacy. That growth routine is really where it's at, where the rubber meets the road.
Yes. And people have to, really understand that, once you start committing to something, you got to follow through, of course. But the knowledge is not being passed on to you for you just to hold on to it, or just to kind of sit there. I got to be able to use this to elevate myself to the next level. And it's a process. It's still a process. There's still some steps you got to take. It's not an overnight sensation. It's not a microwave a setup. It's going to take time for you to nourish that information that you are receiving. But you got to start. You know what I'm saying? And you just got to fit it in where it's kind of like, I might not have the time to do all of this, but I'm going to schedule an hour here. I'm going to schedule an hour there. I'm going to schedule, 30 minutes here and there. And that time does add up, so we don't want people to think that it's going to be overwhelming and they've got so much they got to learn, so much they got to change. But when it all boils down to it, you got to start with the mind. If you don't change your mind, how can you change your results?
That's it.
If I keep doing the same thing over and over again, I'm gonna get the same results. Period.
You reminded me of a couple of good points. the not getting it just to hold it to yourself. One of the greatest things in learning theory is the truth that people learn by two things: by doing it and by sharing it with other people. When you show other people how to do it, you get better at it. You refine your approach to it. Your mindset gets more entrenched. Your comprehension gets better because you're showing somebody else and you're having to translate it to them.
Right.
And whether that translation is to your children, your grandchildren, to your colleagues, to your best friend, like you said, Ali, this information is to be shared.
It's got to be shared
with other people. It's going to make a difference, and that's the cool thing. Then they can get that information and then come and get the help. Because, like you said, the second point I really like in what you're saying, you don't have to bite off everything at once, and you can get help to do the pieces that you're not really good at.
Right.
You may not be good at mapping out your bills and paying them on time and that type of thing. You need to sit down with somebody first. Or when you go into the training, you're teaching them about their credit report and pulling their report and seeing what's on it. They may need to sit down with somebody to walk them through it, even after they understand what it is. But walking through it with somebody is a different thing. Because you thought you had 5 or 6 things on there. You got 45. Brother Ali showed you an example of a regular person with 5 different things, maybe 1 negative on there. Brother, you got 45. 16 of them are delinquent. We got, so you might get overwhelmed in that moment, and you need to call Brother Ali and say an hour to sit down and just walk through this with me so we can prioritize what to do with this. That is totally appropriate.
And that's a good point, because when people are getting involved in something new, something that they're not fully understanding or have not been taught, you got to teach it to them like they're a third grader. You got to break it down with the basics first so they can get an understanding. You don't realize how many people come to me and say, well, I only got 3 or 4 negative accounts. Well, they don't even know what negative accounts are. In reality, they really got 20, because lates and charge-offs and collections and judgments and bankruptcies and liens. I mean, all of those are considered negative. Anything that's affecting your credit score is negative. And so they don't look at it. Well, I mean, it's only got 3 collections. Yeah, but you got 17 other stuff that's there. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, you have to break it down to them to the simplest form, and they have to be okay with that part of it, and you don't want to give them too much, because you kind of overwhelm them. Then they'd be like, okay, throwing their hands up. No, this is too much. I can't handle it too. No. So you got to be patient with them as well. But they got to understand that there's a process, and we're taking small bites, but you have to also look at the bites that we're taking and follow through with the bites and learn when it comes to that part of it as well.
Definitely following through, definitely. So let's recap for this segment. We've got, of course, the create that growth routine. That just means get consistent.
Right.
People don't realize it's not how much you bit off, it's how consistent you are. Like you said, bite it off, but keep biting, keep chewing.
Yeah.
All right. The next piece, schedule the help in the learning. Like we were just saying, you don't have to do this by yourself. Last segment, we talked about where some of that might come from.
Right.
Next segment, we're going to talk about how you address some of that.
Right.
But you got to schedule the help. And if you're putting together your growth routine, make sure that you're scheduling some help within that routine as well. And then the last thing that's really big, I see that your course is a discount for $3.99. It's going across 8 weeks. It's got a bonus week, a 9th week. That works out to under $50 per session.
Yes.
But that's not what I should be worrying about.
Right.
I need to recognize that if I have a 5 or a 600 or less credit score, this is going to get me the knowledge I need to get past that hurdle.
Yes.
To where, just like in the promo, I'm going to walk into the dealership and they ain't going to be looking at me strange. And let me just give you the example of my best friend. My best friend, because I've been telling this girl for 2 years that credit makes the difference. Oh, brother, you don't know nothing about no California. You here. You don't know how it work here, bro. You don't know how it work. Over here, they don't do it like that. They don't give you no car like that. You better be putting some money down. I said, bro, go to the dealership with your now 720 credit score and walk up in there like you a boss and pick the car you want.
Right.
She said, well, oh, whatever. So she got fed up with her car. She just got tired of being in the car she was in. So she did this without me, right? I was like, I'll go with you. She said she went to the car dealership, right? So she's sitting down with the guy and they're talking about different cars and she's going there approaching it like she always approaches it, right? Whatever they can give me, I'll be happy with it.
Right.
Right? Even though I told her don't be doing it, right? This brother said, okay, well, what are you thinking about? And showing her the nice ones, like the one in the dealership inside that's got 8 miles on it. Brand new, 2024, right? I ain't gonna give too much of her business to tell you what kind of car it is. But it's on the showroom floor, bro.
Right.
2024, right? This man said to her, well, I'm just gonna run your credit, and she all nervous, right? Even though she knows she's got over a 720 on every credit reviewer, right? She knows this, right? She's still nervous. This brother came back to her and said the words, so which car you want? She said, so how much do I need down? Oh, you don't got to put nothing down. Wait, what? No, so she said, I want that one, the one on the floor, the one with the 8 miles, the 2024. He said, bet, I got you. She said, what? Wait, what? Wait, you need no bank statements? You need no proof of income?
Right.
You need no, right? So she sheepishly came back to me after, of course, pulling up in the new car.
Of course.
And like, Michael, come outside. Right? She pulling up with the new car and she got to sheepishly tell me about how she walked in there like a boss. Sold out. She still owed on her other car.
Right.
They paid that off and still put her in a new car, 0% interest, no money down. And she drove off with a 2024, her first brand new car. Why?
That's the power of credit. That's the power of credit.
That's the returns. The returns to you on this credit training are going to make differences that you don't believe. This girl is my best friend and she didn't believe me about what was going to happen. So I'm just telling you, brother, that the course is cheap.
It is actually really too cheap because
people gonna change their lives with this for real.
I mean, I think I went to like 15 of my students that's taken this course. That they bought houses, they bought cars, started businesses, their families. And I asked them, I said, how much do you think I should charge for the same course that you took? The minimum was $500. The average was about $1,200. But there were some of them that said, I mean, I don't want to embarrass you. I can't give you a price because to me, it's priceless. It changed my life, changed my family's life. I've even had some people that said, man, you got to charge at least $2,500 because that's the impact from the knowledge that they're going to receive. And trust me, I'm not saying this to sell this course to you or force you to take this course. I'm telling you,
no, brother, sell it.
You already took it.
Look, I'm telling you, because I don't think people. we get sold so much stuff on social media, and people. I just did this lady. I kept seeing her come up. Yeah, I'm gonna tell you the 5 steps, and believe me, if you click this link, I'm gonna tell you straight up. I'm not gonna waste time. What did she do? I clicked the link. She wasted my time. Okay, bro, I'm tired of it. I am unashamed to say y'all need to put down your $400 and get this training before I convince Ali to make it $1,200. Like y'all, this is no game. I'm telling you, that's a real example. My best friend is driving around in a 2024 right now. Like, just never thought she could do it.
Right.
And my thing is, and you know about what I'm about, Ali. I'm about the mental health that she has, because now she knows she's a boss and she's riding like a boss, and her credit is on a boss level. She's paying for that car on a boss level. Right. She walked into that dealership on a boss level. That's when your life starts looking like that. And I'm gonna slow down because I'm getting on my soapbox, boy. y'all sitting around here not having the life that you want because you holding on to money that's cheap money. Right. You holding on to $400 instead of being able to leverage hundreds of thousands of dollars. That don't make no sense. Hundreds of thousands. That makes no sense.
None whatsoever.
Anyway, I'm moving on, bro. Let's go to the next segment.
Okay. Let's go to the next one then. Got you fired up over there.
Right? Anyway, the next segment, our last segment, our teachable moment segment, where we can get some more of this passion, is sponsored by motivatorlifestyle.com. At the heart of the Motivator Lifestyle Company is motivation. Our mission is to inspire and empower individuals through the clothing and messages we create. We believe that by wearing our apparel, our customers will feel a sense of self-awareness, become more active, and engage in shaping their own world. Join us in spreading motivation and positivity through our unique and inspiring clothing line. Together with Strongly Financial, we can create a world where everyone is empowered to be the best version of themselves. And we're back with getting ready for Bart to come in with introduction to our Teachable Moment segment. I just wanted to take a moment to get you hyped up, Brother Ali. Remember last episode I was talking about, if we can get some donations in here and start to put some of these financial plans together, get some of these sponsorships together, we can launch on, instead of just 3 platforms, we can launch on a total of 8. So guess what we were able to do between last week and this week? We are on a total of 6 platforms right now.
What?
FSU, that website, the financial literacy website, LinkedIn, YouTube, X, formerly known as Twitter, and Instagram.
Oh, man.
So we've launched on all those platforms. In addition, we have webinar capabilities that we'll talk about at some point. So
thanks to you.
Good stuff going on, because we got to make this happen.
Oh, it's going down.
No other option. No
options.
Bart, jump in here real quick before I get started.
Teachable moment: trust your business and professionals. When it comes to a successful life, relying on professionals is a necessity. No one does big things by themselves. Their support may not be on stage with them, but the knowledge, work behind the scenes, and savings of time and energy are invaluable. Whether it's counselors, accountants, or marketing experts, these specialists play a crucial role in shaping your trajectory and ensuring your enjoyment. While it's natural to be cautious about trusting others with your enterprise, it's important to understand that professionals adhere to strict ethical codes that govern their practice. By placing your faith in qualified professionals and monitoring their work based on the results that you see, you can develop healthy, productive relationships that create growth and success not only for your business, but also for you as a person. It's essential to build a strong and resilient foundation for your business through your own help seeking. Dr. Michael A. Wright has coined the phrase, "Move from hard work to smart work, and evolve into teamwork." Team with professionals in strategic partnerships that allow you to thrive even during challenges and change. Help, when paired with diligence and vision, is an invaluable asset in fostering a prosperous future for your life and business.
We talked a little bit about that in our first segment. The real challenges that we have. Like some of us it's almost to the point where we said we were born this way, but we definitely were brought up to be independent and not really know how to do this. And I think, like I was saying in the last segment, social media has made us weary and suspicious of offerings and people saying what they can do for you, and they're offering you stuff all the time, and they're asking you to pay these amounts of money. Or I did a poll on it was the Black Therapist Rock website, and I said to them, what's a reason you would not take a training if I offered it for free? And a lot of people, out of the 6 responses that I had, most people chose they do not trust free offers online.
Wow.
That's what, and this is a group of thousands of therapists, and it's a mistrust of those therapists. Those are professionals that don't trust free offerings online. And I gave you the example of why they don't, because people promise you a bunch of stuff and they don't give you nothing. They just take your personal information, and then they want to contact you about upselling you for all this different stuff.
It's always the upsell.
Always the upsell. The cool thing about this opportunity that we're talking about is that you're going to do a training, but also and that's a real training. That's not something promised. That's a real thing.
Right.
But what a lot of people miss is the social proof.
Right.
And the social proof is the thing that I'm most impressed with you doing online here. You're showing actual clients who've taken the course. They're doing video testimonials for you and posting it online to say, this brother's not lying. This information changed my life. And I think I always tell people that's the key. You don't take your ball and go home because the world is a horrible place. You decide and understand how you're going to engage with the world, and how you're going to discern, how you're going to vet people, how you're going to determine who is trustworthy and not. And the fears that we have about our privacy, about our assumptions, about our upbringing, all those things can be funneled into great adulting behavior, where we can look people in the eye, shake their hand even virtually, and agree to ask them questions and see what we're getting for our money, and for our time and for our attention. And that's all I want people to do, is take that opportunity to benefit yourself, just like I did. It didn't work out for me, but the lady said, if you just click this button, I will tell you directly. I needed the information, and I didn't want to go and look it up all by myself. So I clicked on the button. She didn't deliver.
Right.
But you know what? She did say one phrase. She was talking about LinkedIn advertising, and she said buy ready. And so I took that term to LinkedIn, and I got into the system, into the paid version of LinkedIn, and I found out about buy ready buyers, boy. So no, she didn't deliver. She didn't. She didn't deliver. But I did. I was able to catch a couple of words that she threw out, and I used those and leveraged those. So anyway, I want people to get into that mindset of recognizing this is an investment in yourself, and you need to make that time. Take up space. That's what you're doing. Taking up space in order to get the experience, the life that you want, and you're not at anybody's mercy. You can do this in a very adult, very responsible way.
And people have to really realize and think on a different level when it comes to credit. You know, a lot of us were raised, you know, to pay cash for everything. They were scared of credit cards. They were scared of credit and things like that. But, you know, times have changed tremendously. The world revolves around credit. Now, it's good to have capital. I'm not saying don't have capital. But, you know, credit is really the main game, because people who have money, they don't use their money. They still use other people's money.
Yeah, why would you? That's right.
You know, why would you use yours when you can go get some? But I can't go and get a $50,000 line of credit if I got a 500 credit score. That ain't gonna happen. Exactly. I mean, unless you know, like your uncle is the bank president or something. Yeah, you know. But you know, he might end up doing some time because he wasn't supposed
to. That's right. There's a movie about that, The Banker.
Yes.
But yeah, that's that's another form of currency, though. Your network is going to impact your net worth. So yeah,
it really is. And so people need to look at, you know, there is. I mean, I don't really like social media, but it's the world that we live in. So I go to different platforms and check on this person and click on them, and like you said, you know, they come to this free training, and you know, if you go to the training for give you some, you know, some kibbles and bits. Now, if you want the full knowledge, it's going to cost you this amount of dollars and that amount of dollars, and but we have to look at like you said, testimonial of real people, and see how it has impacted them. And these are just average individuals who didn't have a clue about credit, didn't care about credit, you know, whatever the case may be. But once they learned and applied the knowledge that they received, you know, these individuals are doing, I mean, very well. And it's not, I mean, I was just a vessel. I don't try to take all the credit. Yeah, I'm the guru. I don't even use that term. You know what I'm saying? I'm just a vessel that God allowed me to get the knowledge over 24 years, and implement it, structure it to where it can be taught to individuals on the elementary level, for them to understand how to take this information, apply it to your personal life, get your scores where it needs to be, and be able to go out and create. But I mean, my thing that I always taught them in this class is credit is a foundation. Okay, credit gives you options, but it's really bigger than credit. So credit gives me the opportunity to get the cars, the houses, but you still got to have the right mindset to deal with the credit now that you have. You got to deal with budgeting so you can pay for the stuff that you've gotten, how to eliminate debt faster than how the corporations have set up for you to do that. You don't want to pay for no house for 30 years. You don't want to pay for a car for 7 years. I mean, that just don't make a lot of sense to people like us. But you know, we so trapped into I want to have this type of deal, and it's stretched out. So let's teach them how to pay this house off in half of the time. Let's teach them how to pay this car off. If they get 7 years or 6 years, let's show them how to pay it off in 2.5 or 3 years. So look at all the money that that you're basically going to be saving. So it's credit is foundation, but there's so many other different factors that has to go with that to help elevate you to that ultimate level that you need to be at.
Perfect. And that's next training. And of course, episodes of Strongly Financial. Let's hit some of those before we get out of here. In terms of the teachable moments, just to make sure people have a sense of this. Make sure you are identifying your fears and your privacy concerns, and you know that thing, Ali. Don't be letting nobody in my business. When I leave this house, keep the door locked and don't answer the phone. And why are we adults and we still living like that? Like that's because mom was scared that we was gonna mess some stuff up and get the police called over there.
Right.
That's what that was about. That wasn't about credit, bro. That wasn't about finances, other than people coming in your house and stealing stuff.
Right.
But anyway,
yeah, that's different.
The next thing is challenge the unhelpful thoughts and assumptions that you have. Like you got to recognize, like we said, that professionals have ethical guidelines. Like we have certifications. Like we're not just people on the street that's giving you some advice.
Right.
Develop a trust-based mindset. And what I mean by that is you've got to look at reasons to find reasons to trust people. And I like the way that actually my best friend says it this way. She says, find the indicators of why not to trust them and then move on. Right? And that way you can trust everybody else.
Right.
You haven't found a reason not to trust them.
Exactly.
Get recommendations from people and do your research. One of my favorite things to do if I can't provide something for you is to tell you who does it,
right?
Who can do it. If I don't have time, maybe I have the expertise, but I don't have time, and I'm gonna give it to somebody else. Or in this situation, like with Brother Ali, doesn't call himself the credit guru, but he's my guru. If I got a credit question, if I need to ask somebody about credit, I'm calling Ali. So when I have people like that, I'm going to recommend them to you. And that's what you really want to look for from your friends and family, people who you trust, who are mentors. You do your research and also look for recommendations. Yeah. And then the last thing, really look at clear boundaries and contracts. When people come to you and they say they can do something for you, ask them to do it and put it down on paper.
Right.
And that is how you really require something of somebody. They deliver what they told you they was going to deliver, and that's it. That's all they're responsible for.
Yes.
But they are responsible for that.
I agree with all of that. For sure.
All right. So that's our show for this week. Until next week, Brother Ali, final thoughts?
Man, it was a good show, man. It was a lot of energy. I think our blood pressure got up a little high, because we're so frustrated with, some of the stuff that we continually do over and over again. Let's look at things that can help elevate your life. Invest into things that are going to bring you some returns, and stop dealing with all the liabilities. You're spending money on stuff that is not going to bring you no value at all in the future. That's a liability. Assets are something that's going to enhance my life or my family's life. Investing into, courses, real courses, and investing into, personal development, life coaching, anything that's going to do something that's going to enhance your life. A personal trainer that's going to get you where you need to be if you can't do it on your own. In most cases, you can't. So, that's just invest into you. This is the year and the time for all the plan to be over with. It's time to get serious. It's time to invest in yourself and the things it's going to take to get you on the next level, because it's not going to get easier, people. You got to educate yourself, get the knowledge, and apply it.
That's it. Love it.
That's it.
Love you, man.
Love you
I'll
too,
talk
man.
to you next week.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Peace out, y'all.